Matthew 14:9, and the king was sorry. Mark 6:26, and the king was exceeding sorry. And the king was. Now Mark only, exceeding, and then back to both, sorry. Matthew has nevertheless for the oath's sake. Mark has yet for his oath's sake. And yet's in italics, so I'm definitely going to go with nevertheless from Matthew. Matthew, nevertheless. For the oath's sake. For his oath's sake. It's not just the oath, it's his oath. So I'm going to go with that. For his oath's sake. Oath's sake. So for is both. For his is Mark. Back to both. Oath's sake. And for their sakes which sat with him. Matthew. And them which sat with him at meat. So them which sat with him, and for their sakes which. So not just them, their sake. So their sake which. And for and them which. And for their sakes which. So and is both. Which is both. For their sakes is Mark. So instead of them, it's for their sakes. And Mark only for their sakes. Now both, the word which. Suffer not a witch to live. Which sat with him at meat. Which sat with him. Which sat with him. Which sat with him. Which sat with him. At meat is Matthew only. Sat with him. Now Matthew only at meat. He commanded it to be given her. He would not reject her. So would not reject first, and then he commanded. And he sent. Matthew is weird. It reiterates the same thing. He commanded it be given her. Then the next word, and he sent and beheaded John in prison, and his head was brought. It's like he's saying the same thing twice. He commanded it be given her, and he sent. Either way, I'm going to go with Mark first. He would not reject her. He would not reject her. Now from Matthew, he commanded it be given her and beheaded John the Baptist in prison. Alright, so I have to put this first. He commanded it be given her. Then the further explanation, he sent and beheaded John the Baptist. Mark. And immediately the king sent an executioner and commanded his head be brought. And he went and beheaded him in prison. Okay, so in this statement, he commanded it be given her. I can move that because how it's explained in Mark is way clearer. And immediately the king sent an executioner and commanded his head be brought. That is the command. it's not like it's half in one sentence and half in another from Matthew. So I'm just going to combine he commanded it be given her with later on in the verse from Mark. Commanded his head, not just it, his head be brought to be given, to be brought. So yeah, continuing with Mark, and well, actually this is also Matthew. And he sent. So and is both. But then from Mark, immediately, not just he, but the king sent. So still Mark only, the king, now both sent. An executioner. And he sent and beheaded. So the executioner is the one who beheaded. An executioner and commanded his head. Beheaded. Okay, so beheaded is in both. But first, he sent and. Okay, so this and I'll save. All the rest is from Mark. Sent an executioner and commanded his head to be brought. And he went and beheaded him in prison. And beheaded. He went and beheaded. So this first and is not both. And he went. Now both and beheaded. There. John the Baptist is dead. If you think I'm being irreverent, John the Baptist is in heaven, so he's all right. I'm not mocking his life. Just as a Christian, you gotta not fear death. You can't be afraid of it. It's not the worst thing. Him in prison. And beheaded John in the prison. Okay, so not just him, but John in the prison. In the prison. So John is Matthew only. Now both in the prison.